Hello friends, this is Jims of the Jims TV. Thank you for stopping by and you're welcome. Yay! I'm actually very excited today. Glory to God, glory to God. I'm so excited today. Yeah, so what's the excitement about, you're wondering? Yeah, I actually passed my driving test, my skills test, and I have my license. Okay, so this video is basically to tell you a few things you need to know if you are coming from Africa specifically, because I mean that's where I'm from. I'm African, I'm Nigerian, and I lived in Ghana as well. So for my Nigerian and Ghanaian friends and every other part of Africa actually, I believe this video will be helpful to you, and I hope you learn a thing or two. And please, if you live around the US, I would also like for you to tell us in the comment section what your experience was like getting your driver's license. Yeah, I was going to say driver's test. No, what it was like getting your driver's license and all of that. So in this video, I'll just be sharing from my own experience, obviously, what you need to know and what you need to put into consideration. So I'm sure maybe some of you are wondering, what's the excitement about getting a driver's license? See, you guys, it's not a big deal, but it's also a big deal. Let me tell you why it's a big deal and why I'm happy. Imagine yourself in a place like Virginia where the bus system is not that great. In fact, where I live, I honestly have not seen any bus pass this area. In fact, there's no bus station, there's no bus stop in the area I live. There's no bus station per se, there's none. So just imagine, you're in a place like Virginia. You can't go out except someone drives you, although to be driven is very nice. To be driven is the best thing, to be honest. But you want to quickly get somewhere, you can't. You have to wait for someone to take you, or imagine you have the car but you can't drive. You have to rely on Uber, which is not cheap, or you have to rely on the bus system, which is almost non-existent. It exists, but I can't exactly vouch for it in this area that I live. So imagine all that. You have to always go out with someone. Even if you want to quickly grab something, you have to go with someone. So just imagine that scenario. And then this is America. Everyone is busy. Everyone, time is very important. So imagine the person taking you also has things to do. So it's as if more or less like it gives you independence, if you get what I mean. So yeah, that's one of the reasons for the excitement. Yeah, I learned how to drive in Nigeria. I went to driving schools in Nigeria, but I started driving properly in Ghana. So Nigeria and Ghana driving system are the same, if you ask me, because both of them can be really lawless. Both of them can raise your BP, okay? But I think it's worse driving in Nigeria than in Ghana. Ghana, they still behave themselves a little bit. But you see those trotro, I can tell you for a fact, trotro, they will test your patience. You see trotro, they will test your patience. But trotro, in case you're not African, you don't know, trotro is a public transport system. That's what they call them, trotro. In Nigeria, on the other hand, the public transport system will try you, and the private people, even the private car owners, will try you as well. So it's as if people don't know the rules. We don't have laws. We don't have road signs. We just know the green lights, the red lights, that's all, yellow lights. It's as if we're not, they teach these things in driving school, but it's as if it's not practical. It's just theoretical. Let's put it that way. Even in Ghana, it's the same thing. It's as if it's just theoretical. There's no real practical example of it. Okay, so in case you are wondering, am I trashing? No, I'm not trashing. These are my families. Nigeria, Ghana are my families. I have family in Ghana, I have family in Nigeria, so, and I'm tied to both countries, so there's no how I would bash them. But the truth is, like my people will say, if we see the truth, we should say it. Okay, if you see the truth, say it. So yeah, we could be really lawless and very chaotic when driving. So it was sort of difficult. I won't say, well, yes, I know the basics, I know how to drive, but it's now implementing those signs, those laws. And here any small police can pull up, any small camera has taken your picture, any small anyhow, if you pass the red light, the camera has taken a picture of you, and you just get it in your mail one day. Open your mailbox in front of your house and you see you got a letter, you've been fined. So it's not like any police will chase you. Yes, they could if they're passing on the road, I guess, or if it's life threatening. But the camera on the traffic lights are doing their job. So they will take a picture of you and you will get the bill in your mail. Simple. First things first, you need to go to the DMV here in Virginia. I also need to note that Virginia is different from every other state, okay? It's not the same everywhere. Every state with their own laws, their own, ways they do things. So in Virginia here, you first have to go to DMV, which is the Department of Motor Vehicles. Look for anyone close to you. Yeah. So you go there, and initially you'd have gone there to get your state ID if you are new here. Or if you are new, whether you've been in other states or not, you need to get a state ID, a form of identification. Then, you go online and start practicing for your test. Download. You don't need to do anything pre-test, like before you write the test. Just start studying first. So what I did, I'm telling you what I did. I went to their website, downloaded the outline, the course outline. It's about 30-something pages, almost 40 pages of study. Road signs, road markings, how to navigate, how to do this, how to do that. It was from the book, although I've heard about it, it was from the book that I realized that, you see, school bus is one of the most prized possession here in the US. I think not just Virginia, in the US. Let me explain. You see, when you are seeing if you see a school bus stop and you are behind the school bus, or you are beside the school bus, like you are close to the school bus, you better stop if you know what is good for you. If he even brings out the stop sign, you better stop if you know what is good for you. If not, you feel go sleep guard room, because the lives of children are taken very seriously over here. So school bus cannot be stopping and then you want to pass by. No, except you are in the other lane across, not on the same lane in the same same area, except you are across. If you are across, you really have no business waiting. But if you are within where the school bus is waiting, you better wait for your own good. If it's waiting, you wait. If it's going, you go. Do you get it? So because children are going to be coming down, alighting from the bus or getting onto the bus, so you need to pay attention. The road markings in this place are so many. In fact, you are driving, but your eyes are everywhere. That was one issue I had. It was like I'm driving, I'm concentrating on the driving. No, there are so many things going on. There's road markings. There's when the light is on, you can turn. But you also need to know that sometimes there could also be an instruction, no turn on red, because there are some places you can turn on red, like turn to the right. Some places no turn on red. So you need to know all of these things. So I studied for a while. I dragged my feet, you people, because I'm like, hey, God, I beg you. It wasn't hard, but some of these things I was not used to them. I'm not saying that there are no rules and traffic regulations in Nigeria. They are, but for the most part, or in Ghana, they are, but for the most part, we don't really obey all of them. The traffic stop, like green light, red light, yellow light, yes, we obey those ones. Those ones are easy, it's obvious there. Enough of the explanation. So I took my time, read the book cover to cover, and there was also the opportunity of doing practice tests online. So you go online, just check DMV, so they'll give you a lot of practice tests. I was doing that a lot. Eventually, I just carried my Holy Spirit, held his hand like this. I went to write the exam. Bless God, we thank him. I passed. It's 30 questions, so 10 questions are for road signs and 20 questions are general road regulations, general things you should know about the road, about cars, about general things, vehicles, not vehicles per se, but what you should do on the road situations and all of that. Yeah, 30 questions with a pass mark. And yeah, I wrote it, and I was given my learner's permit for 60 days. I was supposed to hold it for 60 days. So within that 60 days, I was driving, but I had to drive with someone, okay? Someone has to be in the car with me, because just imagine, police stopping you. What are you going to explain? I mean, it's even there. You have to drive with somebody. Do that. Either that, of course, we are driving around with your personal car or any car. I mean, it doesn't matter. But someone has to be with you when you are driving a car, okay? Now, in these 60 days, it is expected that you'll be learning how to drive, okay? In the 60 days, you are supposed to be learning how to drive. So it's either someone who is a licensed driver who knows how to drive teaches you, or you go to a driving school. I didn't go to a driving school. I was taught by someone who knew how to drive, or who knows how to drive, okay? Yeah, he taught me, man. Shout out to you. You know yourself. Shout out to you. This video is a special shout. I love you, bro. I love you, bro. So he taught me how to drive. We call him Superman driver. He drove in Germany. He drove in Ukraine. He drives in Ghana when he goes to Ghana. So I heard New York driver's test is the ghetto. Is the ghetto, but we get there. So he taught me, from time to 60 days. That's 2 months. So maybe once in a week or once in 2 weeks, we're just taking our time. So he taught me parallel parking. We do a lot of parallel parking back at home, actually. We do a lot of parallel parking. Parallel parking, 3-point turn. People actually do 3-point turn and don't know that is 3-point turn. I actually did not know. Yeah, so yeah, I know now. So 3-point turn, those two major things, and how to drive. Learn the markings on the road. Now we've done the theory. I've passed the exam, the written exam. Now it's now time to pass the practical. So we learned all of that for 60 days. So at about 50 something mark, like 54 days or so, I said I wanted to go and write. So I booked an appointment online. So you have to do that for the test as well. I forgot to say that you have to book an appointment online. When you're ready, book the appointment and go and write it, so you follow all the instructions and all of that. So I went there, and they were trying on the system, and they said they can't allow me because the system will not even let them proceed with the application because I had not reached my 60-day mark. So here, I don't know about everywhere else, you have to be 60 days exactly or over. You must not do it before 60 days. I didn't know that. So I went and, did 1 or 2 more practice. And that's because I saw it's not cheat because it's there on their website, but guidelines you need to follow. So I learned that, and I saw that there was no parallel parking. There was no 3-point turn. And yeah, anyway, I just practiced with what the sort of guideline they give on their website. I did that. I went to write the exam. It didn't take, it was, let's say, give or take about 15 minutes. So after the registration and all of that, you have to go with a car that has insurance, that is licensed and everything. It doesn't necessarily have to be your car, but I mean, I think it doesn't have to be your car. It's not the name on the car that they're looking for, it's the documents. Okay, so he checked my pointers. Back at home, we call it trafficator. So left pointer, right pointer, then the hazard. We call it trafficator. Apparently, it's traffic indicator, but they call it pointers here. So it's the same thing. Just know indicators, pointers, they are the same. Checked everything. Checked the car. Checked my brake to be sure. So it's expected. I think I didn't mention it initially. I should. That you're not expected to know. You're a learner, so don't go there. I think that's the problem that many of us have when we come here. Many of us Africans, this is for you. Draw your ear. Don't come and do as if you know. You go there and just fail. Like, it is very easy to fail it because you're expected to not know. Of course, they know you've learned for the 60 days, and I'm sure they know that many of us have been driving before, especially immigrants, people who were not born here, who don't live here, who just came into the country. They know, they probably can guess that you've been driving before, but that one is not their business. Their own business is that you learn the rules and regulations of the country and you are able to reproduce it. You know it. So just don't go there and you are driving and you are speeding, you are doing ITK. When you were younger, I say ITK, I too know. you put yourself in trouble and just fail. I think you are allowed to write it 3 times, then you go back to class if you don't pass. So he told me, he was just giving me instructions. He read out some more or less like he cannot tell me to do anything against the law, because I was thinking they'll put you in a very tight situation. Maybe the sign says no U-turn, then he might tell you to do the U-turn. That's what I was thinking, that they're going to mess with your mind and tell you to do things that are wrong to see if you really know it. But he's in the things he read, he's like, no, he's not going to do that. So anyway, it's called long story short, he just drove around past traffic lights. And yeah, in about 10 minutes, the driving was about 10 minutes because I checked the time. And yeah, I don't know. So anyway, I just did it and I came back and he told me to come in to meet him. Hey, he didn't tell me whether I passed or failed. Mind you, when we started driving, I was nervous. Apparently it's normal, because even the person who taught me said he was nervous too. Because even though you know how to drive, this is your first time actually driving here. You're trying to get a license of the country. So whether you know how to drive, that one doesn't matter. It's this country's one that matters. So he said he was nervous, so it's normal. All the people I talked to, they were always nervous. God took charge, I drove and I came back and he told me to sit, he will call me. I'm like, okay, if he's telling me to go to sit, come in, do that, most likely I've passed. But I can't say because he didn't say anything to me, just came down from the car. So anyway, he wrote all the things and all of that, then told me everything I needed to take note of. They'll tell you, normally they'll tell you why you failed or why you passed, or the things you need to work on and all of that. So yeah, they gave me my paper, like temporary ID or something and all of that. So now the thing is, I heard it's different in New York, for example. You say New York, they are much stricter. You do 3-point turn, you do parallel parking. I think depending on the city, I guess, I don't know, but here I didn't do parallel parking, I didn't do 3-point turn. But I'm so grateful to God and my tutor that I learned those things, because if I didn't learn it when I did, I may not have learned it again, you see. So and he was, my tutor kept saying that, oh, he knows it's hard on me because he knows they might not be that hard, they might be more lenient. And truthfully, they were more lenient. I mean, they were not as harsh as I thought they would be. They just give instruction at the next intersection, turn left, join the right lane, those kind of things. So that was it. Yeah, this video is long. Anyway, so yeah, that's it. And yeah, I'm a certified driver. But yeah, I just thought to tell you these things, and yeah, I'm excited. I'm so happy. But you guys, let me know. I really genuinely want to know, how was it like in the state you're in? It seems Virginia, they don't really have a problem like that. Even the people that I knew, I've heard some funny stories of even those who went to driving school. It's so funny. Yes, I even forgot to gist you people. Whilst in fact, my tutor, the person who taught me how to drive here, he would take me to highway. Charlie. The first time I drove on the highway, I was so slow. You're supposed to go like 55, I guess 60 or thereabout. I was going at about 40 something or so. He didn't shout, but he had to tell me to press the accelerator because I could cause an accident, because everybody's vroom, 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 and you are busy crawling. You can get. So to avoid all of that, he taught me how to, drive, how to enter and all of that. So, and he was a very practical. He will not stay on the steering and be, you stay there and do it, because you were driving from where you're coming from. So he'll sit and, teach me some tricks, some, how to do the parallel parking, what to watch out for and all of that. So yeah, by the second time I was getting on the highway, I was more confident. By the third time, I better go. He told me that there's some place that you go 70 miles per hour. I'm like, hey, 70? Who's going to do that? Who's going to drive 70 miles per hour? Here they use miles, they don't use kilometers. So I'm like, hey, who's going to do 70? This one that 55 safe. I'm like, God, I beg. Because it's crazy. Everybody, boom, 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 boom. Even to change lane, if you're not careful, you can get hit. So you have to be very mindful. You have to be strategic. Well, it was a good experience. It was a good experience. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I just thought, let me come and share with you guys and encourage you. Yes, and warn you. Those of us coming from Africa, don't come and do I too know here. You don't know. Don't, even if your country is, they follow rules, they follow be humble and learn. Don't do like okay? And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. And let me know how your driving experience has been in the US. Yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video.